Okay, what we're going to do today is compare data in Bing Webmaster Tools, Google Search Console, Ahrefs, Scrunch, and then we're going to look at some changes that I've made to this web page right here. I want to compare this blog post, James Bond is a Codename. I want to compare it to this one here, the James Bond Codename Theory Comprehensive Guide. This is the one that is bad that I've referenced before. It's slop, both in images and words. And here's the thing that I want to call out that's really weird. The bad blog post, the 2023 one, is performing relatively well in Copilot and Copilot and partners. So Bing, Copilot, all of that. You can see we've had 106 citations. That's not a huge number, but it is pretty big when you compare it to the 5 citations that the other one has had. Curious, but this is not universal. Here we have Google Search Console. I'll just call them the good blog post and the bad blog post. The good blog post here, you can see getting some traffic pretty consistently. Now, the one qualifier I have to give you is that this is just Google traffic. I know that Google supposedly has their little AI thing in Google Search Console now. I'm not seeing that. But what I do know is that it is the good blog post within Google is dramatically beating the bad blog post. We do have this purple impression spike for this one, for the bad blog post on May 27th, which lines up with both an impressions and a click spike on the good blog post. Now, jumping over here into what I'm tracking in Scrunch, talked about this before. What would Bale do and DF love it? So what would Bale do is the good blog post, DF love it is where the bad blog post lives. Both of those performing fairly well. You know, they're not at the top, but you got Wikipedia, Reddit, Collider, Screen Rant, CBR, YouTube, and then my 2 websites back to back here. But when we look at this, the weird thing is, so this is the last 12 weeks in Scrunch, just for that specific URL. And basically what I'm seeing is I'm doing weirdly well in Perplexity. And other than that, a little bit of Gemini, and then Copilot is the other really big one in here, which it's not gangbusters in Copilot, but a lot more common in Copilot than any other one across the boards other than Perplexity. What would Bale do? Meanwhile, more variety, but we're seeing Google, Perplexity, and when I say Google, I mostly mean Gemini, actually, and some ChatGPT in there. Basically, no Copilot. So Scrunch is validating what Bing Webmaster Tools is telling me, and that's that the Copilot family does not care for what I would call the good blog post, but does really like the bad blog post. And when I say this blog post is bad, I mean it. It's terrible. Now, what are we seeing in Ahrefs? The good blog post, according to Ahrefs, is just a bunch of goose eggs. We know that that's not true, but also we know that Ahrefs is not industry leading when it comes to tracking AI visibility. Here we've got, according to Ahrefs, what the top keywords are. Is James Bond a codename? Is James Bond a codename? Was the codename for James Bond? Was the codename for James Bond? Kicking around page 1, which is something I've known, I've been aware of. We take over here, look at the bad blog post. Oh, one thing, I got to call this out real fast. Pretty bad backlink profile for dfloveit.com. What would Bale do? His had a much stronger one over the years. Obviously, it's dropped off a little bit again. That's an 11-year-old blog post. I'm not surprised. I've lost a few backlinks. Here's what we see over here. This is telling me that is James Bond a codename has straight up been lost inside Google. I don't know if that's true yet. For the bad blog post, could be, and that we're kicking around really low page one, but not even in the U.S. at this point. UK, Nigeria. So the thing about this is it's bad. It's slop. So this does have me wondering: does the Bing Copilot family not really mind content that's obviously terrible? That is possible. I will say this one has a much nicer URL. It's faster and it's newer. So those could be factors too. But I did something here. This is the exact same URL. I updated it. It's something I've been talking about doing. The time came. This is still not the greatest thing you've ever seen, especially because I kept all the bad stuff in there. But I just added some words up at the top that are human written and that better convey my version of the James Bond codename fan theory. Will this have an impact? I expect something's going to happen because of this. The question is what? Are we going to go down? Are we going to go up? More traffic, less traffic? I don't know yet. Looking forward to finding out. So that's why my last step here, the URL already exists. It's already indexed, blah, blah, blah. I am going to request a reindex, see what happens. Looking forward to this one. I'm not going to make you watch this. And I'm doing the same thing over here. This is interesting. I have more than one H1 tag? And my title's too long? Huh. Well, John Mueller said you're allowed to have more than one H1. I still might want to fix that anyway. Title too long. I have... Oh. That's the old one. What? All right, well, I need to get this thing... Yeah, it was too long. Oh, I haven't requested indexing yet. Okay, so this is me just understanding how Bing Webmaster Tools works. Submit. All right, yeah, the old one was too long, which is funny. I didn't realize it had more than one H1, though. All right, we're going to figure this one out. And yeah, stay tuned to see what kind of an impact this has.